Why, hello and welcome to the PHP. I would be Booker. That would be Perez. How are you?
I'm great. I'm still coming at you from Vegas. And I've said this before. What I do is a lot like surfing. Some days, some weeks, you have small waves. Some days and weeks, you have big waves. Thankfully, this week's podcast is full of big waves. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about. Major drama at Britney Spears' house. Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz are a thing. All the Jeopardy craziness. Lady Gaga's former dog walker is broke, homeless, and asking the public for money. A sad Aaron Carter development. Carrie Underwood is an anti-masker, allegedly, and people are losing their minds. Erika Jayne from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is in fear of her safety and more.
Wow.
But first, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Nothing new to report. No doggies hit by cars. Nothing crazy this week. All good in the hood.
Oh, well, that's good. You had some Wi-Fi issues, but
Oh,
that's all resolved.
Yes.
That's the most excitement you've had.
Very exciting. I needed a new modem, which I got, and now I'm up and running.
Well, I'm still in Las Vegas, and I love it here too much. It makes me too happy. I think I have two options, right?
Mm-hmm.
One option is I need to make a lot more money so that I could have a second home here, like when you had your Palm Springs house.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what would be ideal, because then I could come out here on long weekends. I could come out here for spring break. I could come out here during Christmas. I could come out here for 2 or 3 months during the summer, or I could just move here. But I'm afraid to move here. It's just scary, that thought, to move here full time. The way that I would love to move here is if I got some job here.
Yeah.
Like a residency, like headlining something, or I don't know, or like working on a local TV show, the news station, doing a 30-minute entertainment show or whatever it is. But having the best time, even though things started off at a real awful place in a real awful way. We were in the Airbnb from hell, but I made a video about that. Don't even talk about it on the website, on the podcast. All is good. My kids are having a great time. My mom's having a great time. And thankfully, they don't start school till after Labor Day. So let's get to it. Oh, and thank you to everybody that has supported my new business, My True 10 CBD gummies. If you haven't gotten some yet for yourself or to try it for others, check it out at mytrue10.com. I'm not just excited about it because it's a new business and it could maybe help me get that Vegas house that I want, but I also love this because I really believe that it could help people like it has helped me. So check it out at mytrue10.com. I should send some to Britney Spears. In all seriousness, Britney Spears, who is like Britney in that some people like just cannot escape drama.
Right.
Like whether it follows them or they create it themselves. And I'm not saying Britney's doing that. I'm just saying for whatever reason, it's one drama after another drama. And it's exhausting for me. I cannot even imagine what it must be like for her.
Yeah.
The latest drama with Britney Spears, the police got involved. Oh my God. The police got involved. Several parties were involved. Somebody's been fired as a result of it. Britney, being skeptical, thinks that her dad has something to do with this. What went down is Britney has these dogs, and the housekeeper was concerned for the well-being of the dogs. She thought that the dogs were malnourished, So the dog walker took the dogs to the veterinarian, and the veterinarian allegedly was concerned as well for the well-being of the dogs. And then the dog walker did not return, or the dog carer, maybe it's not a walker, maybe it's a little bit more than a dog walker. You know, when you're that rich, you don't have dog walkers, you have people that look after your pets for you.
Right.
So the dog whisperer took Britney's dogs to the veterinarian, and the veterinarian was concerned. So the dog carer did not return the dogs to Britney. Britney noticed that, had a confrontation with the housekeeper, who was showing photos to Britney of the malnourished dogs. And this is where the drama went down and the discrepancies. The housekeeper claims that Britney smacked her and smacked the phone out of her hand. Britney said that there was no physical contact whatsoever. Part of me, I'm going to be Chris Booker for a second. And
Good.
Part of me thinks that it smells of a shakedown. It smells that, you know, people are just trying to get money out of Britney Spears. Or it could have happened. I don't know. You don't know either. Okay.
Yeah, we'd just be guessing at this point.
Although I wonder if Britney Spears has cameras inside her house. I have cameras inside my house.
True.
Do you have cameras on the inside of yours?
Yes, in some areas, yes.
Yeah,
but not all areas.
Well, I have kids, you know, so it's important for me to have cameras, you know, not just outside, but inside. I wonder if, you know, that could be subpoenaed, and if we could see what happened or whatnot. You know, Britney had that confrontation because she thought that the housekeeper was sending photos to her father. And for his part, Britney's dad, who still currently is her conservator, claims that he has nothing to do with this. So that was the big Britney Spears drama.
There's problems, and there just continues to be problems. And, you know, I'm not buying shakedown though.
Oh, you're not?
No, I don't think it's a shakedown. I think where there's smoke, there's fire. Those dogs were probably not being taken care of properly. For someone to take a dog in to a vet, and a vet to agree, yes, these dogs are not being taken care of properly, then the confrontation ensued after that, whatever the confrontation was. But I don't know. I just think that there's a reason for the conservatorship. That's what I keep going back to. There's a reason she needs to be watched. It helped. We'll say helped.
Well, according to People magazine, which, you know, I've established on here, I think they're the most reputable, an insider told them, quote, her dogs are a sensitive breed that often has health issues. She has gotten clear instructions about how to care for the dogs now. And that housekeeper no longer works for her. What's interesting is no word about the dog person being fired or not. Yeah, it's also interesting. I haven't read anywhere what kind of breed the dogs are.
Could be like a bulldog. They have breathing issues. There's
no, but I'm just saying it's interesting that hasn't leaked. You know, so much else has leaked, but we don't know what kind of breed.
Yeah, I figured on her social media somewhere we'd see her dogs, or we would have at some point. No,
I don't know.
We don't know what kind of, like Taylor Swift. We know her cats. We know what they look like. We know their names. It's odd that she has dogs and we've never seen them on social media, I would think.
Yeah. Well, I wish Britney boringness. God, seriously. Also, there was this theory circulating that, you know, about a decade ago, Britney Spears secretly got married because of leaked legal paperwork that her conservatorship paid to a Beverly Hills family attorney for the dissolution of marriage. occurring in July of 2012. That was just after she was dating her former agent, Jason Trawick. Why would Britney's conservatorship pay about $10,000 for the dissolution of marriage, for consultation on dissolution of marriage? I mean, maybe they were being proactive. Maybe, they were looking to get married and they
I
didn't.
don't know.
But her ex, Jason Trawick, responded to this. He was texted by Billy Bush and he said, "I believe you would have known if I was married, but you would have made a perfect usher." All right. Let's get to Carrie Underwood in a second. But first, has your wife ever mentioned how stiff you are?
Never.
Been having those hard days lately? Need some release? Well, Cam Soda is here to help you take a load off. The variety of girls they've got is enough to make your head explode. And the site is so simple that you'll be making connections faster than you can pitch a tent. And with their Share Cam feature, you can show the girls that super cool helicopter trick that you've been practicing. It even works on your phone. So go to camsoda.com/Perez pod right now to check it out and get $20 free with your first purchase. That's 24/7 access to shows from your computer, mobile device, and tablets. No subscription or rebilling. It's totally free to try. camsoda.com/Perez pod, and that will get you $20 free with your first purchase. All right. Carrie Underwood. Everybody knows her. Mm-hmm. She's beloved, I would say,
sure.
Unproblematic, lovely, kind, winner of American Idol, gone on to be extremely successful in country music. She's originally from Oklahoma. She currently lives in the Nashville area, and she did something so simple. She liked a tweet, and that tweet was this guy who is a conservative commentator. Yeah, sure. Commentator. A conservative commentator who spoke in front of a school board meeting against mask mandates at school for kids. Okay. And she liked that tweet. I doubt that Carrie Underwood is like me and I like everything.
Right.
When Carrie Underwood likes something, that has weight to it, is how many people interpret it. It's a sign of agreement. And a lot of people were not surprised or shocked. Oh, yeah. Hello. It makes total sense that Carrie Underwood would be an anti-masker. But a lot of people were still outraged, disappointed, and saddened. And, I was texting with one of my friends. I am concerned here, not here, I'm in Vegas now, but in the state of California, we've got that recall election. I think that COVID is going to be the deciding factor for many people on how they vote. Because people are over wearing masks, especially, now that the FDA has approved the Pfizer, like, why do we still have to wear a mask? People think, and listen, I'm one of those people. If I'm with my kids out somewhere, I'll make sure that they're wearing their masks if they're not vaccinated yet. But in school, because they're not vaccinated, I absolutely think that my kids should be wearing their masks, and that everybody at school should wear masks.
That seems like common sense to me.
Yeah, but I guess Carrie Underwood does not agree. And I think it's also awesome, though, that she has not commented. She's not released any statement, which leads me to believe that she intentionally liked that and she stands behind that. She didn't release a clarification. She didn't apologize. She liked it, and that's what she did.
if I find something humorous, I may, click the little like, or you know what I mean? Like I put no thought into
that
that
guy wasn't
anymore.
being funny.
Yeah, I guess it is such a weird thing to blow up for just hitting a little heart. But I guess when you're that famous, it happens. And
Yeah.
it's a hot button issue for parents, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids are getting sick.
They are.
They are. So I would want to mask up. I think I would make my kids mask up. They don't seem to care so much, right? Like they kind of, you just tell them to do stuff and they go, okay. Do they get pissy about it like we do?
No, they're totally used to it, especially because, I got criticized for this by so many people throughout this year. When I would take my kids, even like often to outdoor places, I'd have them wear their mask a lot of the time. And
what's wrong with that? What is wrong with people?
They're like, you're outdoors. You don't need to be wearing your mask. And I would just reply with, I'm just getting my kids used to and comfortable with the masks, that it's just second nature for them.
Because they replied with mind your own fucking business is what I would have replied with. I mean, it's your kids. You're parenting the way you want to. Like who just thinks they have the right to walk up to you and say, you don't have to wear that mask. Like, fuck off. You don't have to talk to me is what I would say.
Well, thankfully my kids' school is doing so much. My kids' school requires the kids, when we start back up after Labor Day, they're going to have to wear their masks. The teachers and everybody that works at the school is going to have to be vaccinated. The teachers and everybody that works in the school is going to also have to wear their masks. And the teachers and students, even though the teachers and staff are vaccinated and wearing their masks, are also going to have to be doing weekly testing. So everybody doing weekly testing, wearing their masks, and adults vaccinated. So I am not worried about my kids going to school. And, honestly though, I keep going back and forth about how I'm going to vote on the recall election. I still haven't made up my mind because I'm over COVID.
I don't think COVID has anything to do with it.
It does.
It's a waste of money. Do you know how much money this stupid no one cares, by the way. No one cares about this, but it's draining. It's taxpayer money out the window, millions of dollars to do a stupid election. It already happened.
It's happening. The election's happening, so
yeah.
I don't know. It is really,
I've already voted.
It is very tempting to hear these people say, oh yeah, we're not going to have any mask mandates. And God.
These people are idiots, if you ask me.
Well, I don't know. Probably, but I'm just fed up with COVID.
No,
I don't care.
That's not going to make it go away. Wishing and changing a vote, none of it's going to make it go away. Wearing a mask will help make it go away, but I don't want to get into mask talk again.
Well, we're not done with mask talk yet. Another big story. Jay Cutler, the former NFL player and ex of Kristen Cavallari, has been fired from a job because of his anti-mask stance. He was supposed to do a commercial for Uber Eats, and they let go of him because he's been a vocal anti-masker. Not only that, he in the past has also been an anti-vaxxer, and so has Kristen Cavallari. For their part, Uber Eats says, we are proud of all the work Uber has done over the last year to help get as many people vaccinated as possible. As such, we prefer to partner with those who support that work. I want everybody to get vaccinated. Absolutely. I'm just
the right thing to do.
I'm just over wearing my mask. I don't care.
I'm glad we're starting to fire people that just are dumb. Let's just start weeding out dumb people. Let's just get rid of them. You're dumb if you believe this stuff. It's FDA approved now. Go get your little shot.
Well, what's so crazy is like all these dumb people are like, yeah, but people have been dying. No. The newest talking point, which is just fake news or false information. Most people being hospitalized now are vaccinated. Like, that's not true. That's not true.
It's not true.
Anyways, in more wacky news, sad news, disappointing news. Speaking of firing, Jay Cutler got fired from Uber Eats, and I won't say he was fired because I want to be accurate, but Aaron Carter, whom we spoke about last week and the week before, has parted ways with that musical that he was
really
supposed to star in Las Vegas. Yeah. Let me read to you the press release, the announcement. Quote,
okay.
We are disappointed and a bit embarrassed to announce that Aaron Carter will not be appearing in the Las Vegas production of Naked Boys Singing. Within a few days of the announcement, it became clear for multiple reasons that Aaron's participation in Naked Boys Singing was not going to work out. We requested his letter of resignation and received it.
He was fired.
Well, I mean, yeah. How else can you interpret if you? Why not
fired.
just?
They made him quit.
Yeah.
You know, they said, listen, we're going to fire you, or you can just resign yourself. And he probably got a check for doing the latter.
But why not just say we fired him? I don't know. Like, that's weird. Like, we asked him to resign. That's firing somebody, right?
Yeah, that seems like to me.
Anyways, his fiance took to my Instagram saying I was slandering him. And I'm like, did you?
I kind of think you took up for him, if anything.
I did.
I don't think that they're paying attention if they think that you're slandering him. I mean,
I know.
We both took a lot of shit just for the dumb clip that we put up, you know, hoping the guy gets the best and, you know, and his life turns around and works out. And people hated on both of us for that. And I'm like, okay, well.
What did people hate on you more for, that or Britney Spears?
No, I think, well, there were two camps of Britney Spears. I think the most, like our listeners, the logical ones, just kind of agreed with what I said. They just agree. I didn't really say anything. Definitely not Britney, because I didn't say anything about Britney except for I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't take a stance against Britney.
No, but this week you straight up said earlier today that she should stay in a conservatorship.
No, I didn't. I said there may be a reason she's in a conservatorship. That's what I said.
You said she should remain being watched.
I didn't. That's it's funny. You are just as bad as our listeners. That's not what I said.
It is what you said.
I know exactly what I said, and I'll say it one more time. I'll clarify. Okay. I'll clarify what I said one more time.
Bro.
I'm betting there's a reason why she's in the conservatorship.
All right,
that's what I said.
Yeah, no, but you also said that she should stay being watched. Or something along those lines. I can go back
that
and
there's
rewind.
a reason she's being watched.
And that you think that it should stay. I
don't think anything. I don't know. I just think that there's something there happening, and maybe she's in a conservatorship for a reason. Where there's smoke, there's fire, is what I'm saying, typically.
All right. Well,
love listening to this podcast? I love that you are here to listen. Do you ever wonder what it's like to create a listening experience like this week to week? Do your friends always tell you that you should have a podcast? Well, now is your chance. Our podcast network, Podcast One, is looking for the next podcast star. Think it could be you? Enter the Self-Made Podcast Competition now to find out. All you have to do is visit launchpad1.com/selfmade for a chance to win a contract with Podcast One, valued at over $100,000 in promotion and so much more. Enter now until September 3rd and tell all your friends to listen and download. Go to launchpad1.com/selfmade to find out more. See official rules and sign up for your chance to win. That's launchpad1.com/selfmade.
All right. I'm fascinated by this whole Jeopardy thing.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? I mean, what a story.
Well, I'm fascinated because I thought only really old people watch Jeopardy. But apparently not. I mean, this story's been huge and so many people are invested in it, not just those 60 plus. Mm-hmm. I think maybe because of Alec Trebek.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, he was so beloved and he was such a national treasure. And you look at the years of excellence and what he did. I just think that that's really lends itself to it. And it's a show based on smart things. People like to be associated with, knowing stuff. And it's a good show. It's still a fun watch.
So it was announced that Mayim Bialik would be one of the two new hosts of Jeopardy. She will be hosting the primetime specials and spinoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Richards, the executive producer of Jeopardy, was going to be continuing to executive produce and starring in the syndicated version.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Jeopardy viewers were not happy with that decision. There were other folks that thought would be better. And then a few things started to bubble up. A previous lawsuit that he was a part of, he got sued while he was working at The Price is Right by one of the models who claimed that he was making fun of her because of being pregnant with twins, or not even making fun of her, just like being an insensitive jerk boss and wanting the models to wear skimpier clothing. And then there was this old podcast that he did where he was trying to be funny. He used to be a comedian, and the podcast wasn't even that long ago. It was less than a decade ago. And he was trying to make jokes. And honestly, I don't even think he should have stepped down for his stupid jokes. They were stupid jokes. They were dumb jokes.
I just think there's more to it. I just think that, there's a pattern of behavior. So there's one thing reported, when someone puts themselves out in the spotlight and, they try to forget about their past transgressions and whatever, I think that there's a little bit of that. I bet you there maybe was even a lot more. Maybe the behavior caught up with him. That'd be my guess. But think about how the whole thing's bullshit. Like, they do all of these people, they run out hundreds of guest hosts or dozens or whatever it was. And then they just have the guy that was the executive producer tap himself. Then why did you have all these guest hosts for all these, for these years? And why not just give it to Ken Jennings? And, that's who the fans really wanted. And of course he had some, insensitive thing he did before too. I mean, are we really going to start digging up everything everybody has ever said in their life? I mean, everyone's screwed. Who are these saints?
Yeah.
Come on.
I think a lot of people, though, it also rubbed them the wrong way that this guy got to oversee the process of selecting the next host.
And then he just picked himself.
Well, and some people weren't even given the opportunity to audition, or their tapes weren't shown to the higher ups.
Yeah.
Like Alex Trebek, not Alec. Geez, I think I messed up earlier. Alex Trebek had said in an interview whom he wanted to replace him before he died. And those two women didn't even get the opportunity to have a
audition.
Shot.
Yeah, they should. That's crazy.
So that's crazy. For the meantime, though, they're going to go back to rotating guest hosts. Speaking of crazy, Erika Jayne is fearing for her safety, for her life. She took to Instagram over the weekend to share several messages that she's been getting from strangers saying things like, feeling scared yet? The further the season gets, the more you should be worried about being in public. Talk about a marked woman. I mean, there's only one way to interpret that. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be too worried because a lot of people like to talk a big game on social media.
Sure.
But still, what kind of a D-bag are you to send a message like that to somebody? Like, you just should not do that. That's lame AF. And another big, crazy Erika Jayne development, according to the ongoing investigation by the government is alleging that Erika Jayne was given or spent $25 million from her husband's law firm. That was, the law firm gave her that money, and in about a decade's time spent $25 million. A lot of that went to her music career.
Nah.
She spent over $1 million in backup dancers.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. It would be nice to be one of her backup dancers. She pays her backup dancers very well. Craziness. And actually, we're going to talk about OnlyFans later in the show. But first, let us talk about Amber Rose. Her baby daddy is a D-bag. She's got a child with this man who's a music executive, Alexander A.E. Edwards, and she put him on blast publicly, claiming on IG story that he cheated on her with at least 12 women that she knows of, and there's probably even more. She caught him cheating, and she explained that the reason she did this publicly was, to kind of hold herself accountable, because if she didn't do it publicly, then she may have stayed with him. And she didn't want to stay with him. She wants to be done with him because she said in her own words that she wants a happy ending and that she wants to be respected and that she wants monogamy. Like, I don't know. I would imagine, I think we've had this conversation before. Most women are probably not down with an open relationship.
Right.
But some are. So if you really want that, find that woman that is down with an open relationship.
Yeah.
Because now, like, your son is going to know what you did to mom in the future. It's out there, especially because you're a public figure. And this guy's explanation of it is like the worst thing ever. He said, I love her. That's like my best friend, the mother of my son. I love my stepson too. But talking about commitment and fidelity, he says, I don't want to force it. I don't want to keep putting her in positions where she's looking over her shoulder every time my phone goes off, thinking it's number 13, 14. I was selfish. I did what I wanted to do. I moved how I wanted to move. She loves me and shit, but I ain't gonna keep doing that to her. You know what I'm saying? I could stop. I could give her a good solid 6 months and just really deprive myself of my true nature for as long as I could take it. But I don't want to live like that. I love my woman, but I also love myself. That was the conflict, my desires.
How much of this you got to read?
I don't know.
This is not even a famous person. Who cares?
It just kept getting funnier to me.
Well, it's okay. We got it. The guy is he's a martyr, clearly.
Yeah.
Did it for the betterment of man.
Yeah.
What a douche.
Speaking of martyrs, actually, I'm surprised at how this has all played out. Ryan Fisher, Lady Gaga's dog walker, or maybe former dog walker, I don't think he's still her dog walker, claims that he is broke, homeless, and trying to crowdsource money to buy a vehicle so that he can go on a cross-country trip. He says that he refers to it as a sabbatical, and he thinks that traveling around in a van will be good to heal from his trauma. So he's started a GoFundMe and is asking for help. A lot of people are criticizing Lady Gaga, saying that she should be taking care of this, but we don't know what's happened behind closed doors. Maybe she's already given him hundreds of thousands of dollars, and maybe he already spent it all. We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Didn't she pay for his medical? That was reported, right?
I believe so. Yes.
I mean, at what point is, you know what I mean? It's a horrible thing that happened, but it's not Gaga's fault. She gave someone work, I mean, it's a horrible, horrible thing, but.
Well, he's raised, he's almost at his goal. He wanted $40,000.
Yeah. And, I got no problem with that. If people want to give him the money and he wants to ask for it, and he, people can say no. It's not like anyone's being forced to, give them their money, give him their money.
Yeah. Somebody just donated, $5,000, an anonymous person.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This famous photographer dude I know gave him $1,000.
I'm going to set up a GoFundMe for myself.
Do you think it's Lady Gaga's responsibility to, when she saw this, to say, hey, I'll help you out with your 40,000?
I don't know if it's her responsibility, but I wouldn't be shocked if she did. Like the anonymous $5,000, I could see it being her.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know what? This guy has been through a lot. And
sure. It's hard to criticize him, right? I mean,
exactly. He's been through a lot. So if this is what
guy got shot, he got shot.
If this is what he wants to do to get better, then,
Godspeed. Have fun. Yeah, I've got no problem with it.
All right. Well, speaking of setting up a GoFundMe, that's also what this former 90s sitcom star Brett Butler has done. She, through a friend, set up a GoFundMe because even though, she used to make a ton of money, and she claims that she went through $25 million, blew it. She's now broke and almost about to be homeless. I don't see any problem with this either. Like you said, nobody's forcing anybody to donate
ask for
money.
help. And if you're a fan of that person and you want to feel like you did something to help that person out that you liked, cool, fine by me.
And she actually
give away your money.
She actually surpassed her goal. Her goal was $20,000. I'm checking now, and she's raised over $38,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
She was big, like that. She was a big star at one point. She
in
made
the 90s,
lot of money. Yeah,
she did $25 million. But what's crazy is, she's worked. Apparently she was on The Walking Dead.
That's right. Yeah,
for a couple of episodes, or so. I personally wouldn't give her money just because it's clear that she's got money management issues.
Yeah.
So I would give her money if it went to like some person that was gonna make sure that she wasn't blowing it all away or whatever. Like, I don't know, but
yeah,
I wish
I don't know how anybody blows $25 million. Like, it's just. I'm
never
frugal though, so I'm very frugal. I can't imagine, letting that. I could see me blowing a dumb million on something. But the other 24 would remain in my pocket until I was dead somehow.
Did you never watch those behind the music episodes on VH1? Let me tell you how I went broke. It happens, you start buying all this real estate and this and that and you're really only making 50% because you have your taxes and your manager and your agent and your.
Well, first of all, 50%, half of that's like, 40's gone in taxes. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you got to dice up the 60. And like you said, it really gets up on you. More money, more problems. Biggie said it best. It's so true.
I know. Oh God. Our wacky news segment is just very wacky this week. There's a lot. This one is a brief one, a little update. We've spoken about her before, Jen Harley. She's the baby mama and ex of Ronnie Ortiz Magro from Jersey Shore. Earlier this summer, she checked herself into rehab for alcohol addiction. Prior to that, she got into a domestic violence incident with her boyfriend and was arrested for that. Now she's been charged with felony domestic assault after, according to authorities, threatening her boyfriend with a gun, threatening to kill him. So good luck to her. She lives here in Vegas. God, I love Vegas so much. I can't stop thinking about wanting to move here.
Is it hot as Hades though? It's going to be hot this week here in LA.
It's been over 100 degrees every day, but I don't mind it.
Doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You just got to make sure you drink a lot of water if you're doing outdoor stuff, which we have been. So just take a lot of water. All right. Even more wacky news. This is so upsetting, but typical. OnlyFans really built that platform off the back of sex workers posting explicit photos and videos.
Right.
Now that they're big and they've gone mainstream, getting traditional celebrities on there doing non-pornographic content, they just announced that in October, they will no longer allow pornographic content. You'll still be able to post nudes, but you won't be able to post videos of you having sex or this or that or the other. And it sucks because these sex workers made OnlyFans what it is today, and this might be affecting a lot of their livelihoods. So lame on you, OnlyFans.
You know, there'll be a new version of this somewhere. Someone's going to do it. You know what I mean? Like they'll just flock somewhere else. You would think, look, if there's money to be made, somebody will come up with a way to spend it. You know, someone will develop a way to take that commerce. But I wonder why OnlyFans said, not us anymore. You know, like,
well, because they're trying to grow even more and they were finding it hard to get investors. And also
that does make sense.
Allegedly, they claim that the banks that which I think this excuse is bullshit. Banks told them their credit card partners that they don't want to be doing that anymore. But there's porn all over the internet that people pay for, and they accept credit cards and bank partners and all of that. I think it's more the former of them trying to, like, you know, raise capital to grow it even more and it being difficult. But what if this backfires tremendously and it implodes and it blows up? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And even more wonderful news now. We're done with the wacky news, thankfully. Congratulations to Kylie Jenner. Though she has not herself confirmed that she is pregnant, last week, you guys watching and listening heard it first that Kylie was most likely pregnant because of Nailgate. And now it has been reported by multiple outlets that she is indeed pregnant. Congratulations to her. And yes, the dad is Travis Scott. They have another child together, Stormy. In also positive news, Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz are dating. How exciting is that? They first developed a special bond on the set of this new movie that she directed. I think it's called Pussy Island.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's called Pussy Island. Although it could be called something else, but it's P, then 3 little asterisks and the Y.
I got a feeling wherever Channing Tatum goes, it is Pussy Island.
So she directed that. They met there, and you know, they were caught by the paparazzi, and sources report that they are at the very beginnings of a relationship. So mazel. Also, more couples news. Ben and Jen are intermingling their families over the weekend. All of the kids that they both have, his children and her children, went out on a family play date to the Magic Castle in Los Angeles. I got to take my kids there. I've never done that. Yeah. That would be fun. Have you ever been?
I haven't. I keep meaning to go.
Well, you have to be invited somehow.
Yeah.
I've never been invited.
I got a friend that could hook it up.
Let's make it. Actually, I could probably hit up one of the Vegas magicians that I know too. That'd be fun. I'm going to put that on my list of things to do when I get back to LA. Also, Jennifer Lopez is not just through with Alex Rodriguez romantically. She's done with him financially as well. They are going to be splitting up all of their joint assets, all of their businesses that they have together, and it's quite a bunch. So she doesn't have to deal with him in any way. Okay, I got some Prince Harry news. We get a lot of negative Prince Harry headlines, so it's really nice to see something positive. Prince Harry has donated $1.5 million to this charity that he co-founded called Sente Bail. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a charity to help children affected by HIV in Africa. So there's that. In more positive news, my dear friend Selma Blair has revealed that she is in remission from multiple sclerosis.
Really? Good
Yeah.
for her. She used to listen to this show. I don't know if she still listens, but that's good. That's great news.
Yeah, she underwent this experimental treatment that worked. I think it might have been a stem cell treatment. You know, she's in remission, meaning, you know, there's no new lesions, but she's not quite who she used to be. She's still suffered greatly because of having multiple sclerosis, but at least it's not progressing, you know, at least, you know, she's in remission, which is a wonderful, positive thing.
That's great news.
All right, some music news. Iggy Azalea is calling on record labels to hire psychologists for artists' mental health. She says that every label can afford a psychologist, and that, you know, artists should be able to have some expert to speak to, because it's hard to struggle with the level of hate and pressure that comes with fame. So I think that's a good idea. Why not?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, the professional athletes have access to that.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't musicians? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if she has insurance, I'm sure she does already have access. She's just saying that she would like the record label themselves to have one, so you don't have to go through, you know, trying to find somebody, I guess. But it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, you know, not everybody starting out has insurance. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
All
What's
right,
the deal?
some music, new music talk. There's only one new song that I got to listen to over the last week, this new Shawn Mendes song called Summer of Love. I like it. Do I love it? No, but I like it, and I think it could do well. I liked it more with each listen. I liked it instantly the first time. It didn't love me, maybe because it caught me off guard. It's very much a departure for him. It's kind of very pop, very dance. And I love that I saw him, he hit up this club in New York, and he did like that whole, like, I'm going to show up and give the DJ my song, and I'm going to perform this. I always love when musicians do that. Like, it's always such a treat. Have you heard it? Have you heard the song?
No.
Well, check it out.
I finally heard the Cardi Lizzo. That blows.
Yeah. Sadly.
Heard it on the radio. I was like, ugh, God, this. I mean, it got to the point where I was like, I have to turn this off. This is a terrible song.
Bloop. And finally, Lorde released her new album. Did you listen to the album?
I did. I like that song. What's the one song that everybody thought was about a guy, but it was about her dog?
I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it. Damn it. Yeah, it's good. It's interesting. You know, I think it's an interesting record. You know, I don't know what hits are on it or what that even looks like for an artist like her anymore, but it's cool.
I hated it.
You don't like anything about the album?
No.
Listen to it a couple times. It's got some interesting things.
I mean, there were some songs I liked, but first of all, it felt like they were just remaking the same song over and over again. And I like that there's a sonic cohesiveness, but sonically the songs almost felt too similar. Each one sonically felt too much like the other, where it was hard to differentiate one song from the other. And it got to a point like where I was maybe like halfway through it. It felt like such a drag. I'm like, it felt like work and a chore. I'm like, this is paining me to listen to this.
Music in general is in such a rut. I still just blame the computer. You know, I think everybody's using the same program and it's generating the same sounds, and nothing inventive is happening, and nobody plays anything anymore. Nobody knows how to play an instrument anymore. And I don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right, let's take some calls.
That's a great idea.
Hey, Perez and Booker. It's Claire from Detroit. I love you guys. Listen to you all the time. Sorry about the dog barking. But I'm just saying, like, okay, if it's a slow news week, Booker, I love you, I do. But like, yeah, like Perez said, just roll with it. I mean, I was kind of interested in that story about the bathing. It's fucking weird, and I would have liked to have heard your guys' opinions, you know, on it. And yeah, like, it's your job to just kind of talk about it and run with it. Like, I get it, you're snarky, but sometimes just have a little fun. Again, love you both. And
but isn't that my angle on the story, that it's like,
no, not when it's annoying, and it's like this is what it's like, right? You're about to have sex with somebody, and then somebody just like farts in your face or whatever, you know, like, oh, now you made my dick limp.
I don't know. I think that's my point of view. I see those clickbait things and I just see them for what they are. I can't even get into the story because I'm like, oh, here comes, it's like another Dax Shepard, whatever thing. And it's not even real. And it's like, I just feel like everyone talks about those things, these talking points sometimes. And I just get nausea. I don't want to be that show because I just think we have so many better
but that was
angles on things.
It was a days long thing with multiple people involved, from Dax Shepard to Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher to Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of annoying people. Let's take another call.
Hey, Perez. Hey, Booker. This is Madison from Florida. I know we're the crazy state, but I just want to say that I was listening to your podcast last week, and the thing I most related to was Perez saying that he feels like people agree with him some weeks and agree with you some weeks. And
wait, didn't we hear this call last week?
I don't know. Maybe we did. Now I kind of
did.
think we did. Sorry about that. I guess I didn't delete it. Because there's a bunch of calls.
Okay, second call during the podcast. I have the phone number memorized at this point.
I love that.
Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell are so fucking thirsty that they would put something out there that says they don't bathe their children that often. Who fucking cares?
Thank you.
Who cares? Booker's right. This is a sad, slow news week. Where's Bennifer?
See, I guess I understand what you just said. You know what I mean? But my point of view is my point of view. It's like, I don't get why people are pissed at my point of view. Like, I don't care. This is a sad, dumb story. Like, it just seems goofy. I don't even want to talk about it. She agrees with me. Like, why are we wasting time talking about dumb things like this? But I don't know. Whatever. And by the way, we need some comments. The fucking anti-vaxxers, those morons, they got on our Apple page. So it's so much Booker hate. It's through the fucking roof. But it's all because of my stance on anti-vaxxers, that I think they're fucking dopes.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, you got to read. For the first 10 comments are like, Booker sucks. You'll love them because they're all very positive Perez. Wait. So I'm telling the Booker people, we gotta get rid of that. We gotta get some Booker love.
Y'all,
let's move on. Come on.
No. Love listening to you two. Very entertaining. Okay, that was a Booker positive.
Oh,
okay.
No, that's not good. This
is a good one. Booker
is
a bully. Despite the fact that many of his views are spot on, his delivery is too harsh and rude. He clearly hates Perez and thinks he's better than everyone. Okay. Another one.
I don't hate Perez, and I definitely don't think I'm better than anyone.
Another one.
But I am better than you fucking anti-vaxxers. You're all fucking dopes.
Another one. You are an entertainment host. Not every topic is going to resonate with you, but pretend it does, because many of us care about some of those topics.
And many of you don't, as the girl just proved. She literally proved my point, and I didn't even that was just
wow. All these
accident. Comments.
I used to love this podcast. Couldn't wait to listen every week. Recently, the co-host Booker sounds so angry and depressed. Oh, I love this. I've been a loyal listener for over 4 years, and I read your blog on the daily since it came out. I was once a huge Booker fan, but Booker is completely destroying your show. Chris is an idiot, another one says. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and to call people idiots for having a different opinion from you makes you the bigger idiot.
Wow. I don't know. You got to give me the examples. Yeah, like I said.
So many.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
fucking pissed at me. Good. Fuck you guys. That's what I said, you
No,
haters.
these are
No, to
our
the haters.
listeners,
To the
but these are
people.
our
No, to the
listeners.
haters. They can all go get fucked.
But
One
a
more
lot
call.
of these are listeners.
No,
Oh,
they're not.
God.
They're fucking groupies. Here they are.
Hi guys,
Oh.
it's Kathy from Colorado. I love you guys so much. Booker, I'm with you 1,000% about the vaccines. These people are fucking idiots. I hate it when somebody says I don't trust the science, but the minute that they get sick, they go to the scientists.
Right. They go to the hospital like, we don't trust doctors. I saw this great post the other day. It was really funny. This girl was like, she works in a hospital. She goes, did someone that had COVID, but she's an anti-vaxxer, and she's in there and she's dying, and she's saying to this person, why didn't you take the shot? She goes, well, I don't know what's in it. And the response, the nurse said, well, I just gave you 3 different drugs. You didn't ask me once what was in those either. Like, what are you like? It's crazy at this point. People are nuts. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed our podcast, we love having you here. Do you ever wonder what it's like to create a listening experience like this week to week? Do your friends always tell you that you should have a podcast? Well, now is your chance. Our podcast network, Podcast One, is looking for the next podcast star. Think it could be you? Enter the self-made podcast competition now to find out. All you have to do is visit launchpad1.com/selfmade for a chance to win a contract with Podcast One, valued at over $100K in promotion and so much more. Enter now until September 3rd and tell all your friends to listen and download. Go to launchpad1.com/selfmade to find out more, see official rules, and sign up for your chance to win. That's launchpad1.com/selfmade. And I don't think once we've told people our number to call, 800-721-1185. If you want to call and tell us anything, that's 800-721-1185. And if you want to leave positive comments,
Yeah, I'm
feel
only
free.
taking Booker positive calls. There will be no Booker negative calls this week. I will delete those immediately.
Rude.
I will not. I love them more than I like the positive ones. They give me superpowers. I think you taught me that. That's fucking on you.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We love you. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.